Hi, this is a tutorial for using Rubric Tools along with Google Docs. Basically, the idea that we're going to get at today is you and your students have done everything online electronically. Hopefully pushed it out. You pushed the assignment out through a classroom. They turned it back in. Everything's been electronic. And then if it's anything like my experience in the past, I now sit down with their electronic final draft and I have a stack of rubric paper copies off to the side and I do everything handwritten. The tool that you're going to see here in this part 1 is named Orange Slice, and what it's going to do is going to attach the rubric onto the Google Doc. But enough talking about it, let's show you what's going to happen. First, let's make sure that you're using Chrome as your search engine and that you're going through your Google Apps account, coming over here through Google Sites Access. That's going to put you into the drive, but let's get going here. So basically what you're going to see here today is, one more time, the Rubric Tools for Google Docs, Part 1, and again, something called Orange Slice. It is an add-on for Google Docs, and in order to use this tool, three things you're going to need. First thing is you're going to need to have a Google Docs assignment that's ready to be graded. It's not essential that it went out in Classroom. It could be shared in the drive, but obviously advantages to having it through Google Classroom. Second is you need to save your rubric as a Google Doc. Okay, more on that in just a minute. And lastly, you're going to need to install the add-on. Again, Orange Slice is an add-on. So let's go ahead and take a look at how we've done this. First of all, this assignment that you're going to take a look at is a reflection. It happened to be with the midterm reflection. So what I've done at this point is I've gone and I have a Google Docs version of the rubric. Now when you take a look at the rubric, you can see it's pretty typical, very standard. Actually, I took it off of a template. There's so many out there and a bunch that are through Google as well. 4 criteria, and then on a grading scale of 1 to 4. Now, what's absolutely essential for Orange Slice is this phrase right here, rubric categories. It has to be up in that corner, up into that box right there. The reason why is once you install the add-on and once you attach it to the Google Doc, the program is going to be looking for that phrase, and when it gets to that phrase, it says, okay, here's the rubric, and it knows it needs to do the evaluation right there. So my next step is going to be to get to the Google Docs. So I'm going to go to Classroom, and I'm going to find the assignment. So come over to my class. I come down to the assignment, and I click on, and we'll open up the first student's document. Now at this point, while this is loading, what I want to do is I want to go back to my reflection, which I'd already created, and I want to go ahead and I want to copy it. I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to come back to the document, and I'm going to paste the document onto hers. And put that down below. And so we have the rubric beneath her document. Now, at this point, what I'm going to want to do is go into add-ons, and I want to add Orange Slice. So here's how you do add-ons. You click on it, you come down to Get Add-ons. When that gets called up, all you need to do is right over here in the search is just go ahead and type in what you're looking for. In this case, it's Orange Slice. And we do the search, and then you see that it's got the teacher rubric right here, Orange Slice. It's free. You come over and you click on that. It's going to ask that it gets permission to go through your drive. This has already been vetted, so yes, we allow. And you only have to do this the first time. That's it. You don't need to do it time and again. It's going to, once it gets loaded in, it's going to come up with this reminder right here, and we're ready to go. Now at this point what I want to do is again, all that is a one-time thing. Now I come down to add-ons. There's Orange Slice right there, and I come over and I want to score the rubric. So Orange Slice now is going to go ahead and put in a working table right off to the side. At this point I need to decide a couple things as I set up this rubric. Do I want to have analysis? Do I want holistic? If I'm going to go with analysis, how many points? Well, I had 4 by 4, so I'm going to go with 16. I can go ahead and set some other things. I can go ahead and, let's see here, decide on that 0 to 4 or passing levels. Anyone that I go ahead and set up, and then I just go ahead and I'm going to stay with the 0 through 4 because there's no revision here and there are other steps to the process, so I'm going to keep it as finished. And at this point then what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to process the grade. Now what I have over here in the toolbar is the ability now to go ahead and grade on this rubric. It just pulled in my rubric and I went back through my students' work and I read through and I looked at the things that she accomplished, and then I say, okay, depth of reflection, there's a 3. Use of textual evidence, she was a 3 as well. Language use could have been a little bit better, so at this point I'm going to mark a 2, and for the conventions she was a 3. I go ahead and I process the grade. And now what's happened is it's gone and put it right into the rubric. What it also does up top is it puts everything right around there. And at this point I take a look and say, 11 points. Let me check this again here. What was I doing? If I go passing levels instead and I process the grade one more time, it's not going to change anything in the rubric. Let's take a look to see what it does with the grade. And it's changed it a little bit onto the numerical system. And then I just have to make a decision how I want to do that, how I want to process that. And again, I can always go back and have it holistic. So at this point, this one's done. I go ahead and I can record the grade in PowerSchool. And then what I want to do is I want to move on to the next student. And one of the reasons why it's important to have it in Classroom, everything's right in front of me. And now because I've got the process going, now it'll get a little bit quicker because everything's all set up. I come down underneath. First thing I have to do is I have to paste the rubric in. Yeah, there it is. And then I come on up to Orange Slice, score rubric. Go through, put in things that I did before, passing, finished, and we're back with that same process. So again, that's one way to go ahead and use a rubric to actually go ahead and you can electronically grade your students' work. Again, you need to have a Google Docs assignment that's ready to be graded, a rubric that's saved as Google Docs, and you've installed Orange Slice. Hope this has been helpful. As always, let me know what I can do to help you, and have a great day.